Hi and welcome to another video from RC Pilot Pete Watson. This video is going to be on an RC Heli that I bought for my flying just in the winter and a bit of indoors flying, just to keep my fingers active on the sticks. It's from RC Heli and it's an MD500 military version. This comes ready to fly. There's a little bit of building on it just to put the armaments on this, but after that it's ready to fly. Okay, I hope you enjoy the video. These have become very popular, so it's not like this is the first one we've seen, but I thought it'd be ideal in the winter just to do a little bit of flying in the garden and in the home. Okay, here's the Heli. As I say, it's an MD500, the C189 at 1/28th scale from RC Heli. This is the coloured version, but as I say, I've decided on the military version, but I thought I'd just show you this first. So, because there are two versions you can have. So, and there's the military version, which is the one I've got, and these are the armaments that you have to put together and screw onto the body. So, right, let's have a look in the box. Okay, so very well packed, as you could see before I've opened it, but the box is good, but the packaging inside very good. So you have the manual. The Heli, as I say, it's already built, ready to fly really, so all you're doing is screwing on the skids and building the weapons. We have spare propeller blades there, rotor blades. I went for the 2 battery version. There's the RC Heli transmitter and the Heli itself. And I have to say, the scale details on this Heli are superb. You can see all the panel lines and rivets, so very nice looking. Again, quite sturdily packed, which I like. So let's put that to one side. So yeah, lovely looking thing, very nice, and all under the they're all sub 250 grams, so let me say less restrictions altogether on flying one of these. Right, we'll get down to building the model. Okay, that's the skids installed and the blades open. It's a 5-bladed rotor head, as you can see, which is very, very nice, certainly with the yellow tips as well. So quite a simple task installing the skids. It was just to put these screws in, heavy threaded screws, a bit like a machine screw, into a plastic fitting that was on the inside of the fuselage. Only thing I can say here is be very careful not to over tighten these as they're going in, because they are going into plastic, so I would imagine it's quite easy to strip the plastic and the hole not be too big then, and it'll not bite. So just be very careful as you nip those up. Okay, the skid step is shown very clearly in the manual. I just thought I'd reference this, which is the aerial, and this is a set component, so not been easy to find, but in the packaging. So have a good look through the packaging, make sure that you find this. Okay, as you can see now, the aerial's been installed. There's a thickish pin that's in the base of this, and it wants to be horizontally pushed into the fuselage, not vertically down. So nice little scale feature. Okay, the next step's to build all the weapons up. that I then screwed onto the side of the fuselage. So I've just laid out now the components, so I'll get them identified and get them put together and screwed on. Okay, the manual doesn't reference the screw sizes, so I've just looked through trying to see which one is which from, because these two, let's say these two here are looking smaller than these two here, so a little bit uncertain. So all I've done at the moment is I've kept these separate, so these are 4 long ones and the remainder do look the same. So please make sure you do that as you're building. Okay, I've constructed the gun now. It's a relatively easy task, just to put the 2 halves together, and there's 2 screws, which is here and here. One thing I'd like to point out at this stage though is what's extremely important is use a screwdriver that has a magnetic head. It is a very, very fiddly task. Very easy to lose these little screws. One other point as well is I'm working in my workshop, which I've got quite a lot of projects on at the moment, so it's a bit of a mess. But it would be better to do this on a table, I suppose, or something like this, where if you drop one of the screws, you're not going to lose it, whereas I think if my screws went down there, they would be lost forever. Okay, the next one's the rocket launchers. Okay, just a noteworthy comment on the rocket launchers. What you'll see is the ends, rocket ends that are there. They sit in, and there's a hole on the top there, so they sit into the launch pod. And as you may be able to see, let me do it on that one, there's a peg here that fits into the hole on the top of the end, which is, let's take it back out there. So quite easy to install, and then it's put together with 2 screws in there, and that's the rocket launchers done. Okay, as you can see now, I've put the gun and the rocket launcher onto the lower platform. Now it's just a case of attaching the upper platform to the heli and the 2 together. What I want to really show here though is that these are handed. You can see left on this one, and you can see the L for left on that one. This is important in respect to just dry fit. So by dry fit I mean just at this very early stage, so just push the 2 together. These aren't screwed together. This is actually the right side, so but if you install onto the heli like that, it's like on the right side, this is the left side, but they are handed, and it's important because if you don't get it right with this, let me say being the left-handed one, if I'd have put the right on the left side of the heli, the rocket launcher and guns wouldn't have looked right on the heli. I've just found out this to my frustration. Okay, once you've got the lower assembly complete, which is now, as I say, I'm working on the left side, so this is now complete on the lower assembly, rockets and guns attached. This is the upper plate, which has to be screwed into the helicopter here, which I've tried to do by putting the plate into the hole and trying to screw downwards. But that was very difficult, so what I've done now is I pre-screwed the screws into the plate, so now I can lift this up safely without losing the screws. They haven't come through the far end of this, so they're still in the plastic, and hopefully this will make it easier now to install. Very fiddly, but I'm finding this way the better way. Okay, so I've now mounted the top fin on. As you can see, they're screwed into there. The previous procedure I said is the easiest way for sure. So now it's just a matter of screwing this to this. That's the next stage. Okay, so as you can see now, that's the right hand side completed. Looking very nice, I have to say. Would have been nice to have got the rivet lines and everything here. Would have been nice to see a bit of rivet line on here, but that's just a small niggle of mine and comment. But other than this, perfect, really good looking heli and scale detail. Okay, there she is, complete. Both the rocket launchers are on and guns. I've just tightened the skids up a little bit. I realised they weren't quite tight. I've also just done a couple of these where the blades are, in my opinion, were a little bit too loose. So I've actually slackened one off that was a bit too tight. So, but just, you know, if this is your first helicopter you're buying, these should move freely, the blades within, so you should, to bring them together like this. This should be the same sort of friction that you would feel on a tap. So quite free. The idea is that if you pick the heli up, they should stay where they are, or if not, move a little. So I think again, they'll, now I've done that test, they may just want loosening off a little bit. But yeah, she looks lovely. Flying's the next stage. Quite a few screws left, which is a little bit worrying because it must have either be excess or go somewhere. But anyway, I followed the manual and that's what's left at the end of the build. Be kept for any issues that I may have in the future. But yeah, it's taken me about an hour to put it together. Anybody with any sort of air fixed plastic modelling experience will have no problem at all with something like that. So yeah, very good. Let's get her out and fly.